She was wearing a white dress that morning, the one with the tiny blue flowers I bought her on our honeymoon in Maui. She looked radiant, excited. "We're going to miss the flight," she laughed, rushing around the house. "We." Except there was no we. At the door, luggage ready, she kissed my cheek, quick, distracted. "Oh, and honey, about your ticket, there's been a mix-up. The travel site messed up the booking and the hotel. They said, no more rooms. I'm so sorry. Everything's fully booked now." Her eyes didn't flinch. Her tone was rehearsed. The whole family was waiting in Hawaii for her sister's wedding. A wedding I paid for. And somehow I was the only one left behind. I just smiled. That happens. Then I helped her with her suitcase, waved goodbye, and watched her car disappear down the street. That's when I stopped being her husband. We'd met 10 years earlier at a mutual friend's barbecue. She spilled red wine on my shirt and apologized for 20 minutes straight. She was funny, sharp, and made me feel like I was the only one in the room. Back then, I thought she was light, pure, warm light. I built my life around that glow. Bought the house, funded her boutique dream, trusted every word. But light can blind you, too. It started small. Late-night work meetings, her phone face down, her laughter in another room. Then came the silence. Not angry, not cold, just absence. I noticed her perfume changed, the way she dressed when she went out with the girls. And then one night, her phone lit up beside me. A text, short, intimate, from a man named Colby. I didn't confront her. I didn't need to. I just began collecting receipts, hotel confirmations, transfers from our joint account to her business, messages backed up to the cloud she thought I never used. I became quiet, careful, invisible. She thought she'd won something, that my silence meant weakness. But I wasn't angry. I was studying her. The Hawaii incident was the final proof, the public humiliation. She didn't even bother to hide it. The perfect curtain call for the act she'd been rehearsing for months. So, I let the curtain fall. When her flight took off, I called my lawyer. By nightfall, our accounts were separated, her boutique's funds frozen, and the deed to the house, once jointly owned, was locked under my name. She'd signed a few documents weeks before, trusting me as always, believing they were tax forms. They weren't. They were asset transfers. She'd always underestimated how boring she thought I was. Then I disappeared. Not out of shame, but precision. I shut off my phone, closed my accounts, and left. I didn't go far, just invisible enough. I sold the business she didn't know I owned and bought a small apartment under a different name. I watched her life unravel from a distance. At first, she lived lavishly. She took Colby to dinners, trips, but money runs faster than love. And when the cards bounced and her boutique lease collapsed, I knew the walls were closing in. She called over and over. I didn't answer. Months passed. She filed for divorce. I didn't contest it. The court granted her nothing but her name. 1 year later, I showed up again. Not to her sister's new home, the one in Hawaii. They were hosting an anniversary dinner. She didn't expect to see me there, of course, but I had an invitation from her brother-in-law, who still liked me, who never believed her stories. When she saw me walk through the door, wine glass in hand, her smile froze. "Daniel," she whispered. I just nodded, polite, calm, the way you'd greet a stranger. Throughout dinner, I spoke with her family like old times, laughing, reminiscing, careful not to mention anything she'd done. I didn't have to. They already knew. She'd burned too many bridges trying to rewrite her story. Later that night, as the guests began to leave, she approached me outside on the balcony. "Why are you here?" she hissed. I looked at the ocean, the same one I was supposed to see a year ago. "To say goodbye," I said. Her eyes searched mine, desperate. You ruined me. I finally met her gaze. No, I said quietly. You did that when you decided I was disposable. Then I left. No drama, no raised voice, just the clean silence of a man who'd already buried his past. It's been another year since that night. She moved away, changed her name, tried to rebuild. But every time I check a new failed business, a new relationship gone wrong, I see the same pattern. She still doesn't understand why her world keeps collapsing. It's simple. When you lie to someone who listens, when you betray someone who stays calm, you don't just lose them, you lose the illusion that you were ever in control. I didn't need to destroy her. I just needed to let her live long enough to do it herself. And that's the beauty of silence. It always finishes the story for you.